Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yumi. Welcome back to another episode of The Case of the Golden Idol. Today we're gonna finish the chapter 2, The Cursed Inheritance. We're gonna start case 6, but before we start, a couple of things to point out in case V. Because last time I missed some stuff. I didn't know how the scroll answer was Dark-Hand Steward. I kinda just randomed it. I wanted to figure it out, but I was like, I had two wrong ones, and I didn't know which ones were the wrong ones. So the trick is, you have to. I thought this was like a note from Edmund to Ada, telling her to, or pointing something out, to always take the force one from every row. Like I had this in my head, but it was actually from the organization she came from. It was a way to decipher the message that she got, which is this. Actually, Ada doesn't have any husband or anything like that. You have to take the force word from each row. So like, use substance to remove target. Sincerely, Dark-Hand Steward. This was the secret message that Ada received to basically murder Edmund Cloudsley. And she murdered Rose Kubert instead. Also, story-related stuff. So we got a lot of information in this case. First, that Edmund has many enemies, a lot of enemies, but Brotherhood of Masks are the ones we should watch for. They're probably the ones that have ruby rings in each chapter. So like, if we go to the... So, I think this guy was one from the Brotherhood of Masks. Because he had a ruby ring. Like here. Before like playing with the coin on it. So he's one of the Brotherhood of Masks. Willard Wright, the guy who was murdered in this chapter, is also one of the Brotherhood of Masks. And they basically want to do something with the Golden Idol. I don't know what, but I guess we're bound to figure it out once we keep playing. Anyway, without further ado, let's start. The explosive events in the forest cabin. The last case in the chapter 2. I think it's gonna be hard. Yep, this is a lot. Brookham Workhouse, okay. Henchman for hire in Timberbrook region, Billy Cracker. Oakwood Gang, Brawler, Robber. Hardy Ape, Brookham House, Brawler, has a cart. Little Billy. So there are two bears. Hobbs Gang, Burger. Enter through chimneys. Jack Nails, Timberbrook Inn, Burger. Big Lock. A box of confectionery. Drawings of hats, I think. Okay. Anything else here? I think that's it. Oh, this is Smith. Lucia Smith, I think. She's Edmund's cook. Ah, by the gods, what was that? Gentleman robber strikes in Westbrook, September 15th, 1788. So that's a long while after the dinner party. I think it's the dinner party was in April, so it's like 5 months after it. The infamous gentleman robber Walter Keane, with a number of unnamed associates, held up a coach on the Southern Road. I think this is Robert Keane, right? Held up a coach on the Southern Road leading out of Westbrook. The scoundrel robbed the passengers of all their valuables. Kiss the young lady they left. This is already the fifth robbery by the infamous gentleman who, as is his custom, appeared wearing an impeccable suit and a new hat in the latest city style. The reward for catching Walter Keane has been increased to £100. So I guess it's a famous thief. A scarecrow in a wooden coffin. Oh, David Goran is dead. I don't think he's dead though. He is just wounded in the head. The man is breathing but appears to have lost consciousness. Yeah. I do not care what means you use to acquire what I need, but remember to be discreet as always. Note that I don't want it to decay. The more recently it has died, the better. What's it? One of the old workhouse geezers croaked yesterday. I will arrange for a car to move the corpse. If you send me directions and be quick before they bury him, I do not want to dig up that stiff. So there is a geezer who died recently, and Edmund wants him for some reason. A loaded pistol. 5 shillings, 3 pence. Okay. Think that's it for this. Go, coin, go. Oh, that's Little Billy. That's coin, I guess. Everyone, you are not to visit any village or city without my permission. At no point may you disclose the location of the cabin. Mr. David Goran, you are in charge of all security in the arms. Mrs. Lucia Smith, you will taste any food you cook before it is presented to me. Little Pip, you are in charge of Black Bestia and Golden Doublon. Both must be fed daily. So I guess the dog's names. Edmund Cloudsley. Okay. Let's start naming names. Lucia Smith. Basically, we all know from the last chapter. Little Pip. And David Goran. I don't know which dog that is. There are 2 dogs. Golden Doublon and Black Bestia. I guess from the color, this has to be Golden Doublon. Doublon. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyways, stabbed. Who stabbed? Okay, a ruby ring. So he's one of the Brotherhood of Masks. The ruby ring I told you to watch out for. I think his name is Walter Keane, if I'm not mistaken. He just matches the same outfit and the same face mask, you know, same hat too. Or he wears a different hat. This one has a flower. I think we're supposed to. So this one has a flower. The one in the the one with Miss Smith. What did it have? Not a flower, but what? It had just one tail, sort of a tail or something, which doesn't exist here. Okay. Well, let's move on. What, is that an explosion? Oh, the golden idol. A small weight is tied to a pull-down lever at the back of the idol. Okay, I guess this is the spell for explosion, which is kinda nice. Scissor, what? I finally have the location of my target. Meet us November 10th, Friday, in the Timberbook Inn. and bring all your tools, and you get your share as we agreed. A saw, a set of lockpicks, a padded pistol, a loaded pistol, padded, clubbed, a club, a rotten apple and a green apple. Oh, Edmund! Vacuum. This simply didn't work after I aimed the sealed vessel and activated the idol. Both air and vessel disappeared. Upon further consideration, it was an obvious mistake. Vacuum V2. Attempted it with this input and it was definite improvement. It decreased the amount of air, but curiously still didn't create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel. Gold filtering. The target must contain some gold for this to work. Seawater is a suitable target, for example. However, a great deal of seawater would be required for this to yield any significant amount. Perhaps I should try it on a ship in an open sea? Question mark? First step, get gold by aiming at the target. Second step, aim at an empty vessel to retrieve it. Okay, lots things. Unknown effect 14. If the implications of this are what I surmise, this could be tremendous discovery. The next step is to progress from fruit to some advanced organic matter. I must ask David to fetch me a dead body for the further experiments. This is vitally urgent. Spontaneous combustion. We know this one. You cannot combust the target if you have not performed the freezing beforehand. Interesting, the speed at which heat is increased appears to be influenced by how strongly I press the trigger and how long I have performed this one before it. Freezing. Freezing the target rapidly can create curious side effects. For instance, I should be careful when freezing water in a sealed bottle. It exploded and the glass shards flew everywhere. Safety notes. When pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on the target it can see. If its eye is red, it's ready for this one, the combustion one input, and it will turn blue afterwards. If the eye is blue, you can only perform the freezing one, I guess, input, and it will turn red afterwards. Okay. Oh, yeah, the gun. Pistol loaded. A shard of a vase. Wait. Is that a broken lock? Okay. Lots of things, I think. Let's put the names. Edmund Cloudsley. For the names, let's where did we find the name? Belly Cracker, All Code Gang, Brawler Robber, Hardy Berkham House, Brawler has a cord, Hobbs Gang, Burger, enter through chimneys. Did anyone enter through chimney here? There are 4 names here. Henchman for hire, Timberbook region. Maybe the hats are supposed to be a till. Has a cart, robber, big lock, entered through chimneys. All Code Gang, Berkham Workhouse. What hats are they wearing? He has the black hat. In the temple and bring all your tools. You get your share as we agreed. Oh, he has a club. So this guy is the one with a club. Brawler. How am I supposed to name the belly cracker? He also has a gun. This is Walter Keane for sure. Has a gun and everything. This guy, a saw, a loaded pistol, a set of lockpicks. So this is the lockpicker. So we know one of them. The lockpicker's name is Big Lock Jack Nails. Jack Nails. The final one, he is supposed to be a brawler, I think. Okun Gang, brawler, robber, has a card. He doesn't have a card, so I think he's the Billy Cracker one. 2 or fewer throws. So Hardy Ape. Okay. How am I supposed to know is Hardy Ape has a card? What sort of... Where's the card? A card. Ah, a card! They meant like a... 1 second. So I guess the card was referring to this one. The one with the horse. So yeah, we got them all. And next we have to name the spells, I guess. So exploded. Oh, it could be either. What? Heat. And this is let's see. Which one was the spell? Freezing and combustion. This is tough. If the eyes blue. Is there one for blue? Not sure. Okay. It decreased the amount of air, but curiously still didn't create a complete vacuum. Was air and vessel disappeared. Cold filtering. Okay. Unknown effect. Freezing and combustion. So this is the one for exploded, I guess. This one for gold filtering. Gold. This was the one for vacuum, I think. Is there one for vacuum? Vacuum, air. So let's put air. And this. It's like an O between two lines. Increased. I'm not sure. This water and then this is explode. Okay. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? It's like kinda tough, this one. Okay, let's see the idol itself. So it had this small weight is tied to Pluto. This is the air one. This is the heat. So can you do air with heat? Wait, let's check the books again. This caused heat to increase and this exploded. So this increased and this exploded. Figure out it decreased the amount of air, but curiously still did not create a complete vacuum in this. So the opposite with air and vessel disappeared. It was an obvious mistake. So this is obvious. I think this is decreased. Yeah. Okay, we're doing good. And this is gold air. Obviously this is gonna be not gonna be. This one is air. And this air and vessel. This input was definite improvement. It decreased the amount of air. This both air and vessel. So increase, decrease. This is gold. This has to be air though. But if this is air, this is vacuum. Or matter. What about this? Okay, so this is air. Can't change that. This is matter, I think. Create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel. What about the final one? This one. A. Where it only appears once. And it's like heat. So this is heat. Oh! I did it! Wow. I never expected to figure it out this fast. Okay. Wow. This is heat, this is matter. This is increased, this is decreased, this is gold, and this is air. So there are 4 elements. But it makes a little bit of things. So if you increase matter, heat, it causes combustion. If you decrease matter, heat, it causes freezing, of course. No one is the explosion. The explosion happened because the freezing and the limited space, so it's like normal. If you decrease and matter, it causes I guess it causes assembly didn't work after I aimed the sealed vessel and activated both idle air and vessel disappeared. Yeah, you decrease the matter, so they disappeared. But if you decrease the air, it decreased the amount of air. Because it didn't create a complete vacuum. It's in the sealed vessel. Okay, sure. We're doing good. Anyway, what he did was increase air, which caused the explosion. He caused a complete increasing of air in the vase, whatever, and it exploded and killed those 3 people, I guess. So let's start. Needed air. So Edmund Cloudsley needed a corpse. David Goran, I think, along with accomplices, delivered a corpse. Upon entering something, suddenly exploded. Meanwhile, river face, I guess. Upon entering Edmund Cloudsley, suddenly exploded. Hardy Abe? What? Meanwhile, Walter Keane. I think it's Hardy Abe. No, it's Edmund Cloudsley. Increased the amount of air in a sealed base. When Hardy Abe and Jack Niels entered the room, the vase exploded and killed them both. Okay, so I think it's Edmund Cloudsley needed a corpse. David Goran, along with accomplices, delivered a a coffin. Of course, a coffin. Where was the coffin again? We need to make sure that the coffin. Oh, here it is. Scarecrow food in golden coffin. Upon entering, Hardy Ape. Suddenly clubbed David Gordon. Meanwhile, Edmund Cloudsley increased the amount of air in a sealed vase. When Hardy Ape and Jack Niels entered the room, So which one is wrong? So this one is right. Okay. Neither corpse. David Gordon, along with accomplices, delivered a coffin. Upon entering, Hardy Ape. Is it Hardy Ape? Yeah, this one is also correct. Suddenly clubbed. Stab. Okay, so clubbed is right. David Gordon. This one has to be right. Meanwhile, Edmund Cloudsley increased the amount of air for every shot. So increased right one. In a sealed vase. Hardy Ape. What if I change this one? What? Which one is wrong? Is it Walter? No, it has to be Hardy. And this has to be David. Like, there's no way else. Who's the one who's injured? This is... So it has to be coffin and a corpse. David Gordon? Walter Keane? Oh, we did it! Okay, so Walter Keane was hired by David Gordon. The scrolling has been fulfilled. To gain entrance to Edmund Cloudsley's secret force cabin, gentleman robber Walter Keane pretended to deliver a corpse to Edmund for his experiments. On entering the cabin, the robbers ambushed the servants and Edmund locked himself in his study. While the robbers were sawing through the lock, Edmund prepared the trap with the idol that killed 2 of the intruders. Okay, wow. This one, yeah. I was like, Henchman for hire in Timberbrook region. Yeah. So, Edmund was the one who hired them, and they had a car to deliver the coffin, but it was a fake coffin. Of course, there was not a real corpse inside. Okay, pretty cool. We found it. We did it, boys. Chapter 3, The Ascent. Strange practices of a secretive society.